Pittsburgh Steelers fans are fired up as the Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot of comments coming out after their loss to the Ravens in the wild card round of the playoffs. My name is Peyton Kleppe. This is Steelers Digest. If you haven't subscribed already, please click that subscribe button down below real quick. Unfortunately, only 9% of the people watching these videos are subscribed. So just take a few minutes right now, click that subscribe button. It's really going to help me grow this channel moving forward, and it's going to get you guys the newest news on the Pittsburgh Steelers as we move into this next session of the season. Free agency. The season is over, excuse me. The next phase of the Steelers offseason, we got a lot of big decisions to make as we move forward. That loss yesterday was kind of expected. It's been 10 straight years of the same old kind of stuff, so we kind of knew going in what was going to happen. I don't want to bring negativity to the team, but we kind of knew it was going to happen. But let's get right into the news. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of comments that were dropped yesterday after the game that are a little questionable. So let's get right into it. So first of all, if you guys didn't know or didn't watch last night, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost to the Baltimore Ravens. First round of the playoffs. The final score was 28-14. The Steelers had to travel on the road into Baltimore. It was a tough task. We knew going into it just because of our losing streak going into this game, and then also because we're going to be on the road. Baltimore is a tough city to play in. It's not a great city, and I say that. I know a few people from Baltimore. It's not a great city, not a great area. So, I would not want to play there. Anyways, Steelers made a lot of crazy comments after this loss. So first of all, George Pickens, he made some comments after the game. Reporters asked him, George, have you seen progression in this offense throughout the year? He says, yes. Since my first year coming in, I've definitely seen some progression. But then they ask another question. They said, are you optimistic about the future of this offense? And George responds, oh, nah. Dude, what is your deal? What can make you happy? Like, he got 5 receptions yesterday, 87 yards, and a touchdown. So you think, okay, just be happy. You got your numbers. Just pipe down. We all lost. Nobody's happy. Just keep your mouth shut. But of course, no. This guy has to make a comment and make it about himself once again. Just like we've seen in the past with receivers like Deontay Johnson, our buddy that got shipped down to Baltimore and then got kicked under the rug. Now he's down in Houston. Well, they lost, so he's done as well. Like Deontay Johnson, Antonio Brown, we all know his story. And guys like Plaxico Burress, if we go back in the past. But, this diva receiver culture in the Steelers room has to just end. And George Pickens had just kept the tradition going. Oh, I forgot. Chase Claypool and Juju, too. Those guys were divas, too. Don't forget that whole TikTok era. But, yeah, this culture of having a diva in the wide receiver room has just got to end. I don't know how we have to change it, how the Steelers can change it up. But, we can't have this. Looking at the season though, George Pickens, he had an okay season. He had 59 receptions, but it's not enough for him to just make the comments that he was making. He's not a number one receiver. Well, last year he had 1,000 yards, but he's not really proven that he's a dominant number one receiver. So when he makes comments like this, it's kind of frustrating as a fan to want this guy back and really trust in him as we move into this next phase of his career, because he's going to be a free agent after this next year. So it's going to be interesting whether the Steelers keep this guy or move on from him. So another comment that came out after the game yesterday was from Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson said after the game that he really wants to stay with the Steelers after the season, but it's all up to God. He said he has a lot of ball left in him, which I don't know if I would agree with that opinion, but I mean, it's his body. He knows himself, I believe, and if he really thinks that, then I'm gonna trust him. But if you have a lot of ball left, take it somewhere else. Take it down to Cleveland. Take it up to New York. But I don't want it here. I really think after last night, Russ showed that he can play well, but I don't think he can play good enough. He can't move like he used to in Seattle. He can't. His pocket presence is not there. Our offensive line has a lot of work to do, a lot of room to grow. So when Russ can't move around in the pocket like an elite veteran, and he's taking sacks left and right every drive, It's just killing drives. Like our offense just can't get momentum. It just can't get hot because this guy's just dancing around in the pocket and then he just takes another sack, another sack. I believe every one of these losses we've had, he's had multiple sacks against him. And you can blame that on the offensive line, yes, but it's also on the quarterback. You know, we had the same offensive line last year with Kenny Pickett, around the same guys. I mean, if you take out our rookie center and rookie right guard, who they've been playing good, but not too much better than the guys we had last year. And Kenny Pickett wasn't taking as many sacks as Russell Wilson. These past 5 games, it's been ridiculous. Every drive, it seems like there's a sack or a fumble or an interception. So, although Russ really wants to stay with us, I say, no, sir. I don't want him. The con artist needs to make a decision this year, though, and I hope he makes makes the right one and sticks with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is my guy. He's the younger decision. He's the more athletic decision. And he's got the more upside. You know, with Russell Wilson, you're going to have to pay this guy probably a 2-year deal, probably close to 80 to 100 million. I don't know what his contract worth is now after that 5-game skid. So I don't know. I say move on from the guy. If you look at the stats that he had this year, real quick, he had 16 passing touchdowns in the regular season, and he had that interception graphic is wrong. I believe he had 4 or 5 picks in this season. So his QB to interception ratio has definitely been the best that we've had in the past couple of years, but definitely not enough for the standards in the NFL. Nowadays you need to put up at least 20 to 30 points to compete against teams like the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, the Eagles, the Lions, just these powerhouses of the NFL where their offense is just automatic, every drive, touchdown. We can't have these stagnant offenses and expect to win Super Bowls. Like, yes, we have a pretty good defense, even though they didn't play that great yesterday. They didn't play good at all yesterday, actually. Excuse me. But we can't rely on our defense to win us every game. We got to change up our offense because year in and year out, it's the same thing every year. No matter the quarterback, Russell Wilson was supposed to come in here and really be our savior, actually bring us a Super Bowl win, not even a Super Bowl win, at least a playoff win. And what'd he do? Nothing. Mr. Unlimited did nothing. So, in my opinion, I say let him go. I say, we don't have that much money anyways. So I say keep the money, spend it on the offensive line, spend it on a receiver, spend it on a cornerback, spend it on a linebacker. But don't spend it on Russell Wilson. I'm sorry. I know you want to come back, but we don't want you back, It was great having you, but we're good. Thanks so much, Russell Wilson. Goodbye. Sayonara. Get out. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much. This has been the Steelers Digest. Stay tuned as we talk offseason moves. There's going to be a lot of transactions made coming up. A lot of big free agency moves. We got the draft coming up. So stay tuned. We're going to get all this news right to you. Here we go, Steelers. Thanks so much.